There's something about the depth of connecting with other people, both by writing and by performing.
And I think there's something to be said about finding people that you want to do something with, and win or lose, there's something that was so special about chasing what you chased.
San Diego, how we doing tonight?
Let's go. This is my favorite brewery in all of San Diego. We're known for our beer. These are hazy IPAs.
Dude, thank you so much.
Of course, dude.
Thank you so much.
Let's go, let's go. We got everyone a set of nightcap. They're all numbered, as you can see, out of 700. So you all get your individual nightcaps.
Smells good without even opening it.
Right? These are hand-stitched, hand-numbered in San Francisco from a women's leather maker who's amazing.
Dude.
Car Sense for the stinky van or whatever you guys are in.
Oh, is it Car Sense?
Yes.
They're just so talented.
This is a new series called, we don't even have a name yet. What we want to do is interview amazing, cool people that don't come from our walks of life, right? So I'm a real big nerd with music, but I'm also a big nerd with anything from any industries that I don't know anything about. There's so many different parts about business that intersect with like art, culture, product, whatever it may be. Anyway, I appreciate you guys taking the time. This won't be formal. I wanted to, of course, meet you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. What I'm really curious about is like all the things that people don't know.
Adrian and I grew up together in New Braunfels. We were just kind of jamming. Fast forward, I guess a year or two, moved to Austin. I didn't know anybody going to the university at all, so I was like, I'm gonna join a gentleman's organization.
A fraternity? Yeah.
So I joined a fraternity, met Alex. He was like, yo, I live here right now. Come to my room. And I was like, never done this before, but... So we go up there and he has, you know, guitars, basses, and it was cool. It was really comforting whenever, like, at that age to not know anybody, meet somebody, making music, jamming, and then we written a couple songs and we had our first show.
Oh,
so we had our first show booked, and we showed up to the venue. Our friend booked us on the show, and then she let us know who was opening. It was Jake. He was opening, so
that's me.
Checking out the music, it made us really excited to play that show and be on the same bill as somebody at the time who we really respected the music and thought it was as thoughtful and I mean blew us all away. And so we were just stoked to be on the same bill.
Our buddy came up to me and says, hey, those guys think you're pretty cool. What do you think about them? I was like, I think they're pretty cool too. And then he was like, well, like, what if we like, I introduce you to them? And I was like, oh, shucks, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
I was like, could you just let them know that like I'm a pretty cool guy, and then I'll walk in, and the rest is history. We met, we practiced, wrote a little bit together, and then I think we returned to the same venue pretty much like a month later.
And you guys are still in college at this point?
Yeah. It was early, it was quick. I had written a lot of songs too.
And you went to UT as well?
I did.
Hook 'em.
But yeah, that's kind of the origin story, right?
Next question is, how does tour work? You get the Instagram notification or bands in town of being like, yo, Nightcap is in your city. And then you look at all the cities, right? And like, you got LA, of course, but then you also have like Boise, Idaho. And
Boise's our favorite, shout out.
Shout out. You guys are going due west, south, north, then SAC, and then back to SF.
How
does it all work?
You take the nights when they're available. So we have an agent. Alex and Ethan are awesome. They, book other bands. They have a roster, direct connections with all these venues, based on the size of our band and what they project tickets.
Yeah.
There's a pretty standard list of venues in each city. They reach out for that. And there's hundreds of bands reaching out for these venues. So you put these things called holds down where you go, hey, this band would like to play this venue on this night. If a higher priority person doesn't lock it in, then they give you that night. And that's why you end up with some weird routing things, because ideally, if it was up to us, you'd go or down, San Diego, Orange County, LA, San Francisco, Sacramento. You would do it in the most logical way.
California geography. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
I will say the microphone on the candle was maybe the best call ever, because I'm like intoxicated right now.
You guys drive in a van, like a Sprinter van?
Talk about the van.
It's not a van, it's a home.
It is a home.
It's a home? There you go. Is there a bathroom on the van?
No.
Yeah.
There could be.
It's been proposed.
You know, if you cut a hole.
No.
We have an 03, 04 E450. If you've ever been to the airport or a water park, you will see it. Bang.
Okay.
That's
so
it.
This bad boy.
So looking at that photo, how much do you think? We want to
How much is it worth?
We got a preface by saying we got a sweet deal.
$7,000.
7,000? That's
Less?
close. Less.
How much?
Yeah.
3,000. What? Free? They paid you.
1,200 bucks.
Dude, we got it for 1,200 bucks.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tour for a lot of bands, especially someone like us, right? We have full drum kit, we have a bunch of instruments, keyboards, amps,
so you have that
merch,
all in the van.
and so that's the thing. Most bands, you know, a lot of them have to rent a van, which is incredibly expensive right now, and then they have to rent a trailer, which is another expense, and it's a massive pain. And we're lucky to have that bus. You know, we don't typically sleep in it, but it's got enough space if you had to.
Oh my god.
Okay, so money, how does that work? Like, do you guys like have to spot this whole thing?
Talk money? Do you want to see the briefcase? We went to Palm Springs. We went to a casino. I'll tell you what, we all won. That's how we're funding this whole thing. Don't tell the IRS.
What are you playing for? Like, why do you do what you guys do?
I love that, and I'll let everybody give.
I'd love to hear all your guys'
answers.
answers.
I would say for me, man, never ever thought that I would be doing music full time at this point in my life, but always expected to be making and playing music with friends and community. It's a dialect, it's a language, and it's universal, and it's so special to be able to share something so personal and intimate with somebody else, whether it's somebody you've known for 20 years or 20 seconds. And there's something incredibly powerful about that, and the feeling of doing it for people that are impacted by it, that is just an indescribable feeling that I wish everybody got to feel.
I do it for the free beer and beer and free cologne. No, I was thinking about this actually pretty recently. I think about the kid that was like in band and would spend countless hours like after like soccer practice or something, like, doing something extra and being like, where is this really going? Why am I doing this? And then to be here 10 years later or so, it's pretty incredible. And you do have to kind of check yourself, like every once in a while, be like, oh yeah, 13-year-old me would be freaking out. It would be like, hey, like, let's hang out. Like, not that I shouldn't be hanging out with a 30-year-old when I'm 13, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
They took a lot of words right out of my mouth. I know that, like, as an artist, I can't stand to live without finding means to express myself and exist in a state of flow. So being able to do that with other people and connect with my friends about it, I mean, I just feel like the luckiest guy every single day.
Love, man. That's what this whole thing is all about. Love is my guiding light, and I think that answers all the questions that I ever have when it comes to music or how to treat people or how to do things. It's like, we're showing people how we're more alike and can celebrate differences. Then love is the umbrella, the conscious blanket about all that. So,
and I'll leave you with this. This is one of my all-time favorite lyrics, because with all this, I think everything we've talked about, this sounds like it's the most fun, best thing in the world, and it is. It's also incredibly hard. And there's a song lyric, it's a song called 2425, and the lyric is, dreams burn, but in ashes are gold. Sometimes you cry, sometimes you scream, sometimes you fight. At the end of the day, we're all here because we know that we have a shared connection, and I don't even want to use the word goal. It's really just a moment, a momentum, a drive forward that is so special for all of us.
This is Nightcap, we're Guy Fawkes, and thank you so much, guys.
We love you. We love you.
Let's go. We love you, Guy Fawkes.
whenever I was growing up, my dad would always be like, "Hey, sit on the porch with me. I'm gonna have a nightcap."
That
He'd
is
tell me a
some
bunch of
texting.
stories about his life. Yeah, no, he told me about his childhood and told me about like a ton of crazy things that completely changed the way I view life. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna make music and do music, then I gotta name it Nightcap.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for spending your evening with us. My name is Nightcap from Austin.